Hello everybody, we're going to talk about gun belts today. So I found a few really good gun belts and wanted to show them to you and show you guys how they kind of held up. So after scouring the web, these are the two that it came down to. So this one right here, this is my regular everyday Walmart belt. I've wore this for a really long time. You can see it's kind of got this angle to it, and originally I was carrying my IWB holster with my belt here, and it was terrible. I was walking around always pulling my pants up, and it just didn't work. So I went and found this belt right here. Now this is a belt, a gun belt made by Crossbreed. Crossbreed makes a whole bunch of different kinds of belts. This one in particular is called their crossover belt. Runs you about 90 bucks, and you can customize it. You can customize the leather, you can customize the stitching, you can customize the buckle, the length. You can get it down to within an inch of whatever your belt size is. I was really drawn to this belt in particular because I liked the way it looked and how much you could customize it. And because there's no belt holes, or sorry, punch holes for your belt. So it just slides in there, and then it has this resistance notch right there. You can pull it up, and I could pull on this as hard as I wanted. It's not going to go anywhere. So you can get it down to your waist size exactly. It looks good. I really like the way that it looks. Now this belt is 1.5 inches thick. Oh geez, what have I done? I've done something bad here, guys. Let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I can't get it undone. There we go. Okay, we got it. It is what they say on their website, 0.25 inches thick, so just about 1/4 inch thick. It's got this cool, notch. I like the way that it looked, so that's what drew me to it. Now, this is the first belt that I ordered. I don't want to say I'm disappointed, because I don't know if I'd call it disappointment. It's a really nice belt, and I knew some of its flaws going into it, but I didn't think they would be as bad as they are. So as I said, with my original belt, I did not like the V that slowly my pants would pull down on this back side of the belt. I didn't like that. I hate it, actually, because I keep this, kind of above my back pocket, and so it just pulls it down, and it's not strong enough. So I wanted something that was strong. Now on Crossbreed's website, they said that this did not have any sort of reinforced plastic or steel or whatever inside. It was just leather. But they talk to you on the website and they say, but you don't need that. The leather's thick enough. It'll hold up just fine. I've worn this one every day. I wore it for about a week. And as you can see, it's already starting to bow a little bit. As far as how well it held my gun, great, no complaints. It's tough leather, but it is already starting to bow on me, doing the exact same thing I did not want this one to do. As a regular everyday belt, this one should be great, but I haven't twisted it. You can see it just kind of bounces back. It's already flexing, and that's only after maybe 4 or 5 days of wearing it. So with that said, I got online again and I came across BIGFOOT gun belts. That's what this one is. This is a BIGFOOT gun belt. Now, whereas the Crossbreed Executive runs you around 90, the BIGFOOT gun belts run you 60 bucks, so they're quite a bit cheaper. They say on their website that this is 0.219 inches thick, so a little less thick than this one. The big selling point with this is it's reinforced with a steel band, so it's not plastic. There is actually a piece of steel run through this entire belt. Very comparable belts. There's a few reasons I didn't go with this belt the first time, and the biggest reason is because I hate this belt buckle. It's too small, you look at these two belt buckles, and they're big, they're beefy, they look good. Even my Walmart one is big, but this one is not. It's really small. One nice thing is these are snaps, so you can unsnap these and change out the buckle, and these buckles are about 7 bucks. You can get them for 7 bucks off of BIGFOOT Gun Belt's website. Whereas this one, it's got screws, and so you can actually change these out too. But I undid this screw and I could not undo this screw for the life of me. I tried getting needle nose pliers and grabbing onto this. I tried everything and I could not get this screw undone. So even though they're both interchangeable, this one's quite a bit easier. I was at first pretty skeptical about getting one that did have snaps because I thought it would wear out and this would just be popping off when I was wearing my belt around. Not the case. I undid this one and I actually had to go out in my garage, get pliers to smash it down. So call me weak, I don't know. It was even hard with the pliers. These are extremely durable and tough, very strong snaps right there. I've worn this belt every day for roughly the same amount of time as I wore the executive belt, and as you can see, it's still perfectly straight. No, none of this, you know, bulging down. It's perfectly straight, and I accredit that to the steel band in here. That band over time is not going to settle. I want to show you a couple of tests with these belts. So as I said, this is my everyday Walmart belt. Wore this belt for long time. This leather is 0.14. If I put this on this belt, and I'll try and hold these all equally spaced apart, but you can see it just doesn't hold it. It's not even close to stiff enough. Now if you remember the thickness that they claim on this belt, it's supposed to be exactly 0.25. And it is, with it just being right on there snug, 0.252. So they didn't lie. That's how thick it is. Came exactly what they advertised. We'll put the gun on this belt, and you can see it holds it quite a bit better. Not perfect, but it holds it quite a bit better than the Walmart belt does. Last of all, I'll show you BIGFOOT gun belts. This one, if you remember, is supposed to come in at exactly 0.219. And it's pretty close to that. It's 0.2256, so just a little thicker than they actually advertised, barely. While I'm putting this on, I will say, because you know I put this gun on behind, this belt was harder for whatever reason to put this on. This leather is a lot more soft and feels a lot more refined, whereas this feels a little rougher. You can see the edges have been kind of got that beeswax finish on it, very smooth, whereas this, it's not. It's just a rough edge finish. The BIGFOOT gun belt seems to really just hold it. It just dangles. I mean, let's go out to the edges here, and it flops there. Yeah. For being realistic, yeah, holds it just fine. If I were you guys and you're in the market for a gun belt, which if you're carrying a gun you should be, because carrying a gun without a gun belt is a little ridiculous, I know that from experience. If you are in the market, this is definitely one to consider. I would recommend getting one at least that has a stiffener in it, either a steel one or a plastic one. I spent a lot more money on the crossover belt, and it just didn't meet my expectations and is already warping, where the BIGFOOT gun belt hasn't, and I'm pretty sure it's attributed to that steel stiffener in there. Do you guys have questions about these belts? Maybe? Let me know. I'll answer them in the comments. I answer every single question, and would love to see you guys back. Would love for you guys to subscribe so you can help me make more videos just like this, and we will see you next time.